Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order and acknowledge that we are in Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Inuit, Cree, and Dakota peoples, and in the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation in Treaty 3 territory. My name is Cynthia Stevens, and I'll be chairing the hearing this morning. Joining me today from the Board of Revision are Carrie Linkletter and Clay Purvis. From our assessment department, we have Roddy Pontanilla, and our administrative personnel is Fran Picoto. We will be hearing applicants for revision of the business assessment role in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act and the City of Winnipeg Charter. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Please be advised that comparisons of assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the Board of Revision. The Board of Revision is appointed annually by Council and is independent of it and the City administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the Board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value, or to the Court of King's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemption from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the Board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions that the applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all of the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all applications have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private to make its decisions. We receive the board's decision by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. We will be hearing items 1, 3, and 6 on our docket today. Ms. Picoto, please affirm the assessor's and the applicant's testimony.
Mr. Assessor, please state your full name.
Rodrigo Pontanilla.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Mr. Applicant, please state your full name.
Ariel Freimer.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And welcome again. Just before we start, I just want to confirm that there are no preliminary issues with any of the 3 items on the docket this morning. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, great. Okay, so the first item on our agenda this morning is 35 Lakewood Boulevard, Unit 8. And Mr. Pontanilla, please proceed when you're ready.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So the first file we have is file 24-4701. The roll year is 2025. The address is Unit 8, 35 Lakewood Boulevard. The business assessment ID or bid is 2787. And we are speaking of a CIBC. The total annual rental value is $150,300. The total area of all the premises we have on file is 3,962 square feet. And the overall annual rental value per square foot, including utilities, is $37.94. On the income stream, we do have one premise associated, premise 3526. The area is 3,962 square feet, which has a base annual rental value of $139,581. This ARV is derived from a rental rate of $35.23 per square foot. And then from there, we do have utility costs or occupancy costs that are included on top. The total occupancy costs are $10,697. And that brings us to our ARV, including utilities, of $150,300. We do have some lease information on file for this subject. We have it listed as double net. The lease start date is December 1st, 2020. We have it for 4 years and 11 months at 3,962 square feet at $33 per square foot. And with that in mind, I would like to offer a recommendation on this file. And so on this file, I would like to recommend the $33 per square foot be applied. So once you apply the, adjust the rental rate from $35.23 to $33 per square foot at 3,962 square feet, that gives a revised, rental rate of of $130,745 rounded. And then once we have the occupancy costs on top, it gives us a revised ARV of $141,420. $141,420. Sorry, Madam Chair, I believe you're muted.
Sorry, my apologies. Mr. Reimer, do you accept that? No, you're muted. You're muted, Carrie. Yeah,
There we go. Yes, indeed. We accept and ask the board to accept the joint recommendation at 141,420. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Pontier, can you just go through those numbers once more? You said a $33 rental value.
Yep, so $33 is the rental rate that's being applied. And then at the original area of 3,962 square feet, that gives us a total ARV of $130,745 rounded.
Okay, thank you.
And then from there, we have rounded utility costs of $10,695 for the total ARV of $141,420.
Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Reimer, since you've accepted that, I'm assuming you have no questions. Ms. Linklater, do you have any questions?
I have no questions. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Mr. Purvis, any questions?
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you, and I have no questions. Thank you very much. Okay, so we will proceed to the next item on our agenda, which is 111 Vermilion Road.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. If you just give me 1 second to open up the
Certainly.
files that we have for it. 111 Vermilion Road, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and then I just have to open up my. Okay, I believe I'm ready.
Okay, please go ahead.
So up next, we have file 24-4742. The roll year is 2025. The address is 111 Vermilion Road. The business assessment ID or bid is 3537, and we are speaking of an RBC. The total annual rental value is $159,180. The total area that we have of all the premises is 5,000 square feet, and the overall annual rental value per square foot is $31.84. For the income stream, we do have one premise associated, premise 4524. 5,000 square feet is the total area, and we have a base annual rental value of $145,650. And this is derived from a rental rate of $29.13 per square foot. From there, we add total occupancy costs of $13,500 to give us a total ARV of $159,180. For subject lease information, we do have some lease information on file. So we do have one lease that's listed as net, began in 2019. For 6 years it was written. 5,000 square feet is the total area, and we do have a reported rate of $26 per square foot. And having said that, I would like to put a recommendation forward for this file. So I would like to put a recommendation forward using that $26 per square foot. So once we adjust the rental rate from $29.13 to $26 per square foot, the revised annual rental value is $130,000 even. And then when you add the utility costs are $13,500. It gives us a revised annual rental value of $143,520. $143,520.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Reimer, do you accept that?
We are in agreement and ask the board to accept the joint recommendation.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to confirm those numbers from you once more. The rent is dropped to 26. The ARV is 130,000, and the total ARV, the annual ARV is 143,520. Correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Purvis, do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Ms. Linklater, any questions?
I have no questions. Thank you.
Okay, and neither do I, so thank you very much. Okay, so the final item on our docket today is 847 Leela Avenue. So Mr. Pontanillo, when you're ready, you can read that into the.
Madam Chair, can I ask for a 10-minute recess for if we can take a 10-minute recess? I would like to just reach out to the applicant before we proceed on the next file.
Okay, certainly. So we will reconvene at about 9:20. Thank you.
Yep, perfect. That's all I need to know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll take an adjournment. Thank you very much. I'm going to call the meeting back to order. And we will, I don't believe we read 847 Leal onto the record. So Mr. Pontanillo, when you're ready, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you for the recess there. So up next, we have our last file to hear, file 24-4793. The roll year is 2025. The address is 847 Layla Avenue. And the business assessment ID or bid is 7297. And we are speaking of a McDonald's. The total annual rental value is $183,420. The total area we have on file is 4,856 square feet. And the overall ARV, including utilities, is $37.77 per square foot. On the income stream, we do have one premise associated, premise 9416. The total area on file for that premise is 4,856 square feet. It gives us a base annual rental value of $170,300. And that ARV is derived using a rate of $35.07 per square foot. From there, we have total occupancy costs on top of $13,111 for the total ARV of $183,420. For subject lease information, we do have one lease on file. We have it listed as net. Start date is from 2013. It was a 9-year lease and 11 months, and we have 4,856 square feet at $28.93. And on that, I would like to put forward a recommendation on this file.
Okay, please go ahead.
So the recommendation that I'm putting forward uses a revised rental rate of $30 per square foot. Using the $30 even gives us a revised ARV of $145,680. From there, we do have the total utility costs added of rounded $13,110. And that gives us a total revised annual rental value of $158,820, $158,820.
Okay, thank you very much. And Mr. Reimer, are you in agreement with that?
We are in agreement and ask the board
Okay.
to accept the joint recommendation.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'm just going to confirm those numbers again from you. It's a revised rent of $30.
Yep.
The annual rental value of $145,680, $13,110 for the rental costs, and total ARV of $158,820. Is that correct?
That's all correct. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Purvis, any questions?
I have no questions.
Ms. Linkletter, any questions?
I have no questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I have no questions. So I believe we have now heard all of the items on that were scheduled to be heard this morning, and our hearing is now adjourned. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very
Madam Chair.
much.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you,
Thanks a
panel
lot.
members.
Okay,
Thank you,
thanks.
Carrie.
Have a
Thanks
good
for all
day,
your work
everyone.
on. Thanks for all your work on this, Carrie. Yeah, take care.
Enjoy putting your jersey on.
Yeah, go